But you know, the lesson I've learned is that we can't control what other people do to us, but we can control how we act towards those things. And that is more about life. A lot of people have died today just because of negligence of some people, just because of some mistakes some people have done. Even if you look at the government today, some decisions they make today will really affect the lives of people. And that makes me wonder, what is your attitude towards life? Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the House of the Potter. It's your boy Joe. How you guys doing? For me, my week went well and I'm super excited to be here today. You guys know, I'm always missing you guys. So it's always a privilege to be back to the House of the Potter. I know you guys have been asking for my sister. She's going to be back soon. Soon. So on today's episode, we'll be discussing a great topic called our attitude. But before we start, I would like us to take a moment. Please, if you are just joining us for the first time, please take that moment, subscribe, like, share. Then also, I want you to comment at the end of this video and tell me what you've learned. To be honest, I take my time to listen, to watch the comments and also respond to the comments. Please, I will be doing that. So today we shall be discussing our attitude. What led to this topic was while I was studying the word and I was studying the book of 2 Samuel 18. God opened my eyes to Absalom. Let me just give you a little bit of background story about Absalom. So Absalom is the son of David. So Absalom has a brother called Ammon. And, like I said, the father is David. And he has a sister called Tamar. So Ammon and Tamar, they're like half brothers and sisters. He lusted over the sister and eventually she was like, oh no, I don't want to do it. Then he raped her. Absalom was mad because the half-brother did that. Then also the dad didn't do anything. So eventually he killed the brother. Then because of that again, he also wanted to kill his dad. And he summoned a lot of soldiers. A lot of soldiers were behind him just to kill David. But one thing that it's particular I want to talk about is his attitude. Because of Ammon, 20,000 soldiers died just one day. Then that made me to start thinking. I was like, God. So meaning my actions can really affect the life of other people. My actions can either sow love or it can sow hate. And let's be very realistic. There are some days whereby when we wake up, you don't wake up good. You just feel one type of way. And because of that, you rub it on other people just because of your own emotions at that time. Even at work, I've seen people whereby they come so frustrated. They come so frustrated to work and other people who have not done anything to them, they go hard to them. And eventually when you ask that, what have I done to you? But the lesson I've learned is that we can't control what other people do to us, but we can control how we act towards those things. And that is more about life. A lot of people have died today just because of negligence of some people. Just because of some mistakes some people have done. Even if you look at the government today, some decisions they make today will really affect the lives of people. And that makes me wonder, what is your attitude towards life? Some people, they've lost hope and think, you know what? I've been through a lot of stuffs. I don't think I can make it. And your attitude can easily affect how you think and how you reason. And when you put those things into hands together, it affects people around you. Even to your loved ones, your relationship towards people, it can affect that. If you're that kind of person that your energy is not that much, you're always negative, you can rub it on people. If you have a good energy, you love God, and you do things right, you can also rub it on people. So what type of energy do you have towards people? I was discussing with somebody today, and she told me about how she viewed life and also the way she views men. That she feels men are just after, men don't really value virginity or long again. And I told her, I was like, do you know that we're in the last days? And I know these things are true, but we still have the good men out there who really, really love women who are still virgin. Okay, let me put this out. I'm not against people who are not virgins. I'm not against them, but people still value people who are still like keeping themselves, who are virgins. You still have men who really want to pride over things like that, and those things should make you happy. And I said, you know what? Don't let what you hear from people decide how you want to live your life. Your life should be modeled around God. And if you model your life around God, you're going to live better. Don't say, oh, because men are doing this and they just want to do this. I said it at the end of the day, it's God that decides who you get married to if you decide to allow God to live. So that takes me to the book of Philippians 1 verse 27. It says, whatever happens, he said we should, I'm just trying to paraphrase it, we should pattern our life according to how God has lived his life. Whatever happens. So meaning whatever circumstance you are going through in life, before you make that decision, you have to always think, what will God do at this time? Even some of you, you've lost hope. Some of you are depressed. Some of you, you are going through a lot of stuff which you cannot control. We don't control, there are some things we cannot control. And that's fact. Some of you might be sick and you are like, you know what, I just want to give up. Some of you might really be going through financial problems that you never brought upon yourself. But your attitude towards those things can really like bring you back to life. What's your attitude towards your situation, even when you are going through those trials, those tribulations, those things that seems as if it's going to choke you and kill you? What's your attitude towards it? If you have the right mindset, I'm telling you, there are a lot of things that can change the way you think. Let me give you a funny story. I went to the ER last week because I wasn't feeling good, and I've been praying. I said, God, what's this? And I was just having that positive attitude. I'm like, so I went, they did the test, they found nothing. Then I laughed. My banana was telling me, because last year I went there, and she was like, this one that you just go there, they don't find anything, and I say, true. Last year that I went there, it seems I just need to be doing wellness check now, to go be checking patients there every 6 months now, to go and check if they are fine. And because of my mindset, because I was like, I don't care what it is, they won't find anything, I am fine and I'm good. And that really rubbed on my result. I know God is in charge, I trust God, but my attitude was different. I was like, whatever happens, I don't care, because I trust God through the process. But God was able to deliver me from those things. I feel much better now and I'm strong. But what attitude do you have towards life? Are you kind of person that you think everything is over? Or are you that kind of person that you're just so self-centered and you think about yourself? And most times when you think about yourself, it affects all the outcome of people. When the disciples were talking to Jesus, they were more concerned about Jesus, who is the greatest. And Jesus told them, don't be like those other religious people that lord things around themselves. He said, for you to be the greatest, you have to be a servant. Meaning we have to think about other people. So your attitude has to be about, what I do now, how is it going to affect other people? Is it going to affect them positively or negatively? That's one thing you need to think about. And that's why it's kind of hard to be a role model, because being a role model, people are looking up to you. I know a lot of people are looking up to me, which I'm privileged, and it's not my power, but I'm always very careful also not to do something that will affect other people. I'm not trying to pretend. I just want to live my normal life, love God, and do the right thing. But I know at the back of my mind that people are watching me. And if people are watching me, I know a lot of people are also looking for my downfall. Like, oh, let's see what he's going to do. But I don't care. That's them, because I'm just trusting God. But I know I'm being sensitive and also being careful also with where I go, things I do, because I know a lot of people really, really are looking up to me and want to see how my life is going to turn out. But whichever way, what kind of attitude do you have towards life? That's the question that needs to keep pondering about you. Anywhere you go, either your life, your business, anything you do, always think about that. Your attitude can easily affect people around you. Don't be like Absalom. Be like a lot of people who have done great things in this world, whereby just because of one good deed, it affected a lot of people. Another funny story, something I put at my apartment, and I did it. I didn't do it just because of the cloud. I just did it because it is right thing to do. I saw a woman who was trying to put her trash. She has difficulty she's an old lady. She had difficulty with mobility. I did help her, That was in April. I had even forgotten about it. Just last week, my apartment called me, said, "Oh, Joseph, we have like a parcel for you." I'm like, "Parcel? I didn't order anything." Then they gave me like this award, and that thing really like shocked me. I was like, God. So people are watching just because of one thing I did. It really put smile on this woman. I was emotional. I was almost crying. It really put smile on this woman. I'm like, God, just because of what I did. What if I did the wrong thing? I could have also caused damage to her. So finally, I want us to not to change just because we want to change, but I want us to change because God wants us to change, because He wants to transform our life. He doesn't want you to pretend. He wants you to still live your life, but towards Him transforming your life. He said, "Do not be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind." So God wants to transform your mind and your heart and your soul while you are still doing the right thing. But always remember, what is God going to do at this time? Once you think about that, a lot of times we'll make the right decisions that also affect people positively. Finally, what's your attitude towards life? I know this might be hard, but always like think about those things. But the only person that can help you to have a right mind is God. And always remember, God is always the center of everything we do. Will God be happy with every decision you make? Always think about that. That's going to help you think outside of the box. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for tuning into today's episode. I really love you guys. And to be candid, you guys have really helped the House of the Potter. And you can still do more by also keep subscribing and keep supporting us. Then keep commenting. Tell me what you've learned today about your attitude, and tell me how you intend to have a right attitude and mind. I'll be looking at the comment section. I'll also be responding. Thank you very much. Till we meet again. Love yourself, love each other. There's no better place to be.